Come on, FCB. Come on, FCB. Barcelona put in an amazing performance last night against Dortmund. They swept Dortmund aside. Look at the performance of Lamine Yamal. That guy is absolutely over the roof. Amazing player. What a wonderful player. In fact, he's in a class of his own, in a galaxy of his own. That guy has been performing at such a high level. To even compare with his age, at 17 years of age, putting in that kind of performance, week in, week out, in big Champions League nights like that, then it says a lot about his personality, his character, his style of play, his demeanor and everything. He's an all-round player right now. But don't forget, his age is a factor. Look at the numbers for him. He's performing. In fact, some people are even saying, don't give him the Ballon d'Or because he's 17 years of age. Why? If he deserves the Ballon d'Or, he should be given that Ballon d'Or. Honestly. But look at the performance of not just Lamine Yamal, but Barcelona's front three. Lewandowski, his numbers. Lewandowski has 40 goals. 40 goals so far this season, for Barcelona, 105 goals in the Champions League. That is a masterclass, a whopping milestone. He's just up there with Lionel Messi, with Cristiano Ronaldo in terms of their numbers in the Champions League. Look at Raphinha. Raphinha has 50 goals and assists so far this season. 50 goals and assists so far this season. And definitely in contention for the Ballon d'Or. In fact, we might even see a Barcelona front three gunning for the Ballon d'Or at the end of the day if they manage to win La Liga, Champions League and Copa del Rey. Seriously. Because the three of them has been performing at such a high class. If Mbappe leaves the Champions League, PSG for some reason leaves the Champions League, then it remains Barcelona front three. Seriously. And they are performing so well. Barcelona has the most goals in Champions League, the top scorer in Champions League, which is Raphinha with 12 goals, the top scorer in La Liga, which is Lewandowski, and the top scorer in Copa del Rey, which is Ferran Torres. So it tells you that there is something going on with this Barcelona team. Honestly, there is something going on with them. And then Pedri is at the heart of it all. Pedri has been such an amazing revelation. This season, he has been a revelation. He has been on top of his game. The way he orchestrates play, the way he puts these passes in tight spaces and everything, the way he controls the rhythm and the pace of the game. It tells a lot about him. I don't see any midfielder in Europe that is better than Pedri right now. I don't see. Forget sentiment or anything. I don't see any midfielder that is better than him. He has been amazing. Such a wonderful player for me and for everybody. If you tell yourself the truth, you know this. Raphinha has 55 goals for club and country. 55 goals for club and country, honestly. But look at Just Koundé. Just Koundé has played 101 consecutive games for club and country. 101 consecutive games for club and country so far this season. And he's not relenting. He's a powerhouse in terms of our Barcelona, in terms of the Barcelona defense line. He's a powerhouse. He's a mainstay. Seriously. In fact, look at what Felix said when Lamine Yamal was signaling to come out. I felt maybe he has a knock or some injuries, but then he removed him and said that Lamine Yamal is okay. There is no injuries. All of them finished the game in a top form and in top shape. So no injury worries, no injury concerns and everything, But then I saw some report that Lamine Yamal, the reason why he came out was because he wanted Ansu Fati to have a game time. It shows you the kind of togetherness and the kind of cohesion, the kind of coordination, the kind of joy and brotherly love that is in the Barcelona dressing room. Honestly, look at Barcelona so far this season. Since 2025, Barcelona has not lost a match. Since 2025, Barcelona has not lost a match. Since January 1st, we've not lost a match. Szczesny has played 21 games so far for Barcelona. 0 defeat. 21 matches, 0 defeat for Szczesny. It tells you there is something going on with this Barcelona team. Raphinha was also asked, why did he score that goal that Kubasi was supposed to score his first Champions League goal? But why did he score that goal? He said he has apologized to Kubasi, that he didn't know. At that point, he wanted to make sure that the ball gets into the net. So, by so doing, he denies Kubasi his first goal of the Champions League. I felt Kubasi could have gotten that goal. But then, for what this season means to Raphinha and what is at stake, Raphinha has to definitely... Whatever... I told you people before that anything Raphinha touches right now turns into either goal or assist. There was a time it was Mo Salah, but right now, Mo Salah has fallen off the radar. Raphinha has been on course, maintaining consistency. In fact, at this point in the season, with barely 2 months to go, 2 months to finish the season, Barcelona is still on top form. They are still performing at a high level, at a very high class. It tells you there is something happening with this Barcelona team. It's not a joke. And Lamine Yamal has been a revelation. He's been all over the place, performing so well compared with his age. You can't beat this team. And Felix has built a perfect machine for Barcelona. Seriously. And what is even shocking and concerning is that these guys are still young. With Pedri, with Lamine, with Kubasi, with Balde, with even Koundé and the rest of them. These guys are still young. which means they still have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years to be at the top of the table, except for some persons like Lewandowski, like Inigo Martinez. Look at Inigo Martinez. Barcelona bought him for free, Inigo Martinez, free transfer, and he's performing at this level. It tells you there is something going on with Barcelona. But then keep an eye on Barcelona, keep an eye on what is happening. Look at the way they blew Dortmund the way as if they weren't there. Meet me at the comment section, share your thoughts. Remember to follow Felix Football Exclusive. Remember to follow Felix Football Exclusive. We are more than a club. Mescu on club. Visca El Barça. Follow Felix Football Exclusive. Meet me at the comment section, share your thoughts. Let's see what you think about this game. What you think about the outcome of the match. And if Dortmund is going to come back in the second leg, is there going to be a shocker this time around? I doubt. Share your thoughts. Let's see what you think. Thank you.